Hey everybody, welcome to Noir Bar. We finally got the damn doors open after numerous technical difficulties. You
So
know,
many.
so many difficulties.
So many.
And keeping me company at the bar is Far. Far, how the hell's it going?
Yo. Yeah, it's alright.
Cool,
Everything is
cool.
muffled.
Everything's muffly. Um,
Everything.
yeah, before I even got a chance to get started, I love people who tip the bartender before they get inside. Are these not the best people ever? I mean, oh
Yes.
my god. Unholy Reaper,
Yes, same.
thank you very much for the donation. Evening barkeep, my usual 4 roses. And here, put my 1911 and Browning High Power behind the bar. It's fine. Individuals
It's open
armed
carry.
at
It's
Noir
fine.
Bar is fine. It is constitutional
See, look, I
carry.
have my own assault weapon here. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
It's not a gun, but it's just something I welded together. It's fine.
just
It's
none
all
of
good.
those fully automatic semi-automatics. That's we won't permit those. Oh
But
look
welded together pieces of shit, they're fine.
at oh look, chat's already frozen. Great.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is such a great start.
I
First the hangout fucks up.
I am.
To the point of we're in the same place and yet we're not at the same time.
So that's what I mean. Like I am.
Chat freezes.
I
Your
love
internet
busting
just
balls.
drops.
I love busting balls on my potato. I love making fun of my potato, but I can't take responsibility or pass responsibility out of my potato for this one. I mean, Jesus Christ, my internet dropped earlier on tonight, which is great, and then starting Hangout streams no longer works. I think YouTube has actually updated a whole bunch of things, and I think they've fucked up a whole bunch of shit in their secret proprietary code because Monkey had trouble starting his stream. I'm having trouble starting my stream, and the Hangouts, Far wasn't kidding. I sent her a link. I created a Hangout and sent her the link. We were both in a Hangout from the same link, yet we were in different Hangouts.
Yeah, and then when Polly refreshes though, okay, so this is how bad it gets as well. He refreshes it. He comes in. Suddenly we're in the same place. But oh shit, I can't hear him talk at all, but he can hear me.
Yeah. Like, how do you end up in...
That last issue though, that's happened quite a few times with me. You know, like I'll jump in, it's like, oh, I guess people are talking, I can't hear them. Okay, I'll drop out and come back in again. It's fine.
Right.
But still, just the fact that it happened right after the other two things happening. It's like, this is a fantastic way to start this.
Well, Unholy Reaper actually makes a good point. Says, I never carry while drinking. Personal principle. Damn good idea. Damn good idea. But this is fantastical, almost Wild West saloon-like stuff. So, I mean, the problem is if you give... Okay, so give your Browning High Power and your 1911 to the barkeep. That's me. By the time you leave, you're going to be drunk. I can't give you 2 loaded firearms while you're drunk as fuck stumbling out of a bar. So that means you just gave me your 2 pistols. Like, period.
Yeah, do you really trust Polly to give you back the firearms?
Well, I'm not going to keep someone's guns.
Gonna add him to his gay ass gun closet, you know?
My closet
Or are
is
you
not
gonna
gay.
tell me it's not gay because it has guns in it? Got it.
Yeah, chat. By the way, here's the story behind that little fucking Discord meme. I said the linen closet, and Lucky Pop Tart's on there with as far as in there, and I said the linen closet. And he goes, linen closet. I said, yeah, it's one of those like, you know, short door or narrow door. It's not a very deep closet. It's only good for putting like blankets and sheets and the like in. It's called a linen closet. And Pop Tart says, I don't know, sounds kind of gay. And I said, well, there's another.
Think I was there for this.
No? Okay.
No, I heard this secondhand. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I was actually there.
Okay. Well, there's more than one linen closet in my house. The other one, I use as a gun cabinet. And I said, hey, there's linen closets that have guns in my house. They're not gay. And so all of a sudden it turns into this on-running joke that's been like, what, 2 years running now? Year and a half?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Polly protests that his house is not gay because it has guns in it. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, just
I love that quote though. It's just, my house isn't gay, it has guns in it.
Well,
so my house is a homosexual because it doesn't have any guns in it.
Well, have you ever seen those okay, like shelves that are just sitting. It's really gravity
No,
that's
no, I
keeping them
know.
there. They're not bolted. So you could just pull the shelf out. Well, that's what I did. I just, ooh, Manic donated 5. Thank you very much. And got sexy Jessica Alba rolling around on a bed top. God, I love that gift so much. And it's a, bless you.
Thank you.
What is that, Manic? A chicken emoji? Is that like a heart in italics?
No, it's a heart.
It's a heart?
It's a heart.
Okay.
It's a heart. Yeah.
Well, on
it
the
appears on the stream as like just a solid white heart.
okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. I agree. On my screen, on that
It looks
Streamlabs
like
stuff,
a chicken.
it looks like
It's
a
a secret message.
it look
Secret message.
it looks like a very angled italics heart, and so yeah, kind of a little bit like a chicken.
And this is how beautiful Blueberries was born. Just remember that. Fucking remember that.
No, I just like there aren't guns just laying inside the closet with a crappy wooden door over it. That's not what happened. It's those shelves. You can just pick them up and pull them out. So that's what I did, and I have this really narrow gun cabinet, and I just slid that motherfucker in there. So you open the door, and bang, you're staring at the front door of a metal gun cabinet. One of the really narrow ones you can buy from a hardware store. Pete, did you get the tweet that I sent you? About the scene? You know what? No. I opened it in a tab, and I ended up saving all like 12 tabs that I had open at the time. And then I haven't been able to reopen all those tabs, and I haven't really been on the interweb since. But I did the Killer Inside Me, and I was just looking under my favorites. I got that open so I can go get it from perfectly legitimate download sources where I pay for the movie.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's where we all get our legitimate movies from and episodes, including Cop Rock. It's all legitimate.
Holy Reaper says, if I'm that drunk, then don't give them back. But do you really think I don't have a BAR and a Thompson in the car?
Oh god.
You know what kills me about the BAR? It's a semi-automatic hunting rifle, amongst many other things, right? But it can be used certainly for hunting. And you always hear politicians talking about it. It's like, you can't use a machine gun to hunt. In their mind, anything that isn't like a blunderbuss shotgun out of a Looney Tunes cartoon isn't usable for hunting. And why would you take the word of somebody who's never held a gun in their life, never been to a range, never been hunting, no one in their family's a hunter? Why are you taking their word on what you can and can't or should and shouldn't use for hunting? I mean, you're the
To be honest,
like, I don't...
to be honest, I think it would look really funny to see someone use a full-on machine gun as a hunting rifle. Wouldn't you though? Like, I mean, like, I get it. Like, you could totally do it, but wouldn't it look really fucking funny? That it's going, yeah, and it's just a little deer.
Oh, there's Manic's comment. I think my chat's behind. Is it meant to be a heart? Is it weird? Only because I think every comment is put in italics automatically, so it kind of bent the heart really far over to the side. So it ends up looking like the front part, the left side of the heart's like the chicken's head, and the rest is his tail. Anyway, but I appreciate the donation and the tip. The original BAR was full auto. Yeah, wasn't it one of the super cool liquid cooled Browning designs? John Browning designs? Man, I don't know enough about that era of firearms.
I wouldn't know, because I don't really know guns well.
Well, think about that idea for a second. A liquid-cooled machine gun. That's how hot that motherfucker got. That's cool. I want to see that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, again, like, I'm not the biggest gun person. I don't really know.
Fair
I
enough.
don't really. So it's like,
Let's, I'm going to pop over to Alert Box. And because I only represent that tip to the bar before we opened up, I'm going to hit the $20 donation as a test. Yeah. You know, honestly, it's like the pop-ups are just so much fun for me because I spent so much time working on them.
No, I fully understand that.
I
You want to see it. You want to see it.
I want to see it, and then you watch someone who's an old hand at streaming, namely Sinatra. I'm watching Tucker Tuesday earlier on, right? And any of you who are there, you're going to know this, know this story, what happened. He's watching Tucker clips, as is the point of the show, and there's this one point where Tucker says, because they spent the last 3 years going, Trump, Orange Man bad, And Sinatra freaks out going, he said the thing. He said the thing. He said Orange Man. Because you know that's becoming a clip. You know that's becoming right there live on the fucking stream with some whatever the fuck 700 people watching, donating like fucking mad people to him. He clips it live and just brings the show. Did I get it? Did I record it right? Yeah, okay. That's part of the charm of Sinatra's streaming, man. It's so, I don't know, real. You know what I mean? Like he's making new donation amounts. It goes, all right, chat, what do you want this donation to be? How much? And people are throwing up clever ideas. Like I threw up 2016, the year that Trump got elected, and someone else threw up 2020, like $20.20. I'm like, oh shit, that's better. But the first people said 15, so he's like, all right, chat, 15 it is. And it's like, Jesus Christ, everything's so on the fly. It's cool. It's really cool. Where I can't do anything nearly that fast because, hey,
it's potato.
Because potato. Let's see, $20, and let's send out the test. Ooh. Sexy Ava Green, naked in bed with a cigarette with some sultry sax playing. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Unholy Reaper says, this is the 1940s, and you don't know the weapons of the era? Well, I'm a time-traveling bartender, and...
Noir Bar is at all periods of time at once, see? We get all sorts, okay?
It's like the...
Can you really expect us to really focus in on a specific time period of weapon?
We're trying our best. That reminds me of something, though. Unholy Reaper, speaking of 1940s firearms, there's a channel I really dig on YouTube called the Military Arms Channel, MAC, run by a guy named Tim, who is, in addition to being a hell of a presenter just for YouTube content related around firearms, he's a collector, a gun collector, and he's got a real affinity for different pieces of history, different firearms, different pieces of history. I watched his top 5 guns from the World War II era. Man, like not even for gun nuts, just on a history level, it was really interesting. He has some unique pieces from back in the day. It was super cool. He's like, this 1911, because I had to do a 1911. It is the quintessential American firearm. It's as American as apple pie and baseball. I'm like, yeah, he's not wrong. Like this one I bought, and I don't want to talk about how much I paid for it because I probably overpaid, but I bought it from another collector who was he had overpurchased and was sort of balancing out his finances, is the impression you got. This was a 1944 production, so late World War II era, 1911, that was made under the Lend-Lease program, where America and other countries were basically, the easiest way to say is shipping arms to Britain to support them in their war effort. And he went to Colt Manufacturing and got all the original paperwork for the gun. He had the date of manufacture based upon the serial number, what lot number it was, what plane it flew on to get over to Britain, what British officers signed for the receipt of that gun, and then took the guess. This thing could not have been issued. It must have spent the entire war in a British warehouse somewhere because it looks immaculate. When I got it, like there's not a scratch on it. It has its original leather holster, original everything. Like that's as close as a time machine as you're going to get to seeing what a 1911 of that era looked like. It was so cool. It was so sweet. Yeah, and Unholy Reaper says, watch Forgotten Arms. I do. I'm a fan. It's even guns that I'm not a big fan of, I get interested in. I'm not particularly interested in really long range shooting, like out past 600 yards and stuff. But man, I love listening to those guys talk. Talking about the different details of like far. It's nuts where you have to account for crosswinds when you're firing, right? And it's like if there's a 15 mile per hour wind and it's going at this speed and I have a bullet with this ballistic coefficient fired at this muzzle velocity that I know, I have to aim X amount of clicks left so it doesn't hit 5 feet off of target by the time it gets to 1,000 yards. to the point where guys use their tech has come a long way. They'll have their cell phone with ballistic calculator apps in them, and into the little adaptation plug is a tiny little wind meter. Looks like a little fan, all plugged into your cell phone. Coolest thing ever. That's like precision shooting taken to the point of like what? I don't even like launching a shuttlecraft. It's so detailed. I love it. Fun to listen to. Unholy Reaper says, I can never tell who's a bigger milsurp nut, either Tim or Eric from Iraq Veteran 8888. I think it has to be Eric, because what came up after watching that 5 Guns video was one from another one where it was him, Tim, and Eric sitting in Eric's little gun bunker where he keeps all of his guns, and he was just picking 5 favorite military surplus is what milsurp means for 5 military surplus guns from around the world that he had, and they just sat there talking back and forth. And yeah, Tim knows a lot, knows like multiple orders of magnitude more than I do, but Eric was just nerding the fuck out on him. Tim was getting a little lost with one point where, you know, someone's a nerd and they've got a pretty huge collection of different varied obscure things, where Tim says, did you know at one point they even made an SKS that was like separate magazine loading? And he goes, yeah, turn around, there's one right behind you. And he turns around and goes, holy shit, there is, look at that, I've never seen one of these before. He did it like 3 times during this 40-minute video. Oh, I've got one of those over here, hold on. And he walks off camera and comes back and goes, there you go, there's one of those. Jesus. Oh, Unholy Reaper, if you're a sniper in the army, then you know about the details of... What's the line that somebody told me is a Marine saying? Marksmanship begins at 600 yards. Because inside of that, it's not really being a marksman. You're just kind of shooting. Because you're not really having to account for... like the curvature of the earth. You know? It's like... nuts. So, what have you been up to tonight, Farm, besides eating crackers with cheese and Vegemite?
Oh, you know, being outside.
Yeah, how hot is it? Has it cooled down?
Yeah, no, it's cooled down quite a bit. Thank God.
That's cool.
But yeah, just oh dear Lord, I know it's not the worst. I know it's gonna get worse. Like, you don't need to tell me, guys. I know. This isn't my first rodeo, you know? But I just... Something to know about me. I don't like summer here. Like, I just... No. As much as I might bitch about the cold, I do prefer winter. I really do.
You know, tell me about winter in Western Australia. What counts as winter in your mind?
Colder? It's more likely to rain and be stormy. Like,
yeah. What's the humidity like generally where you're at? Does it ever get like 100% humidity, so it's just brutal at 90 degrees and up? Or 35 Celsius and up, I'm guessing 90 degrees would be, I don't know.
Well, on this last Saturday, it did approach 40 degrees. Which is like nearing over 100, I think. I think that was. Right now, it's saying the humidity is 50% and it's 25 degrees. So, it's 77.
Grant Lionheart says, winter is like light jumper weather. Ouch.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm a pussy when it comes to the cold, so...
Oh, yeah. You're going to enjoy America. Well, the north of America, anyway.
Yeah, it's just... I'm gonna love Washington.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like... Okay, it gets cold and it snows, but really it's the rain more than anything. It's...
Yeah, which will be pretty interesting, all things considered. Because as much as I did say, yeah, you know, winter in Western Australia, it's stormy, it's cold. Sorry, I'm gonna knock at the.
No problem. Guys, I don't know what is going on with my chat capture. Maybe I've got an old version. No, I don't. I was gonna say maybe I've got an old version of OBS Studios, but no. I checked like a couple days ago and it's the current version. The browser capture for chat is continually freezing. I have no idea why. Every now and then I'll look up and chat's frozen. It's like, fuck. And that's another new thing that's going wrong with YouTube. Chat replay. You know, like every stream, if you watch it after the fact, for a good while had chat replay. Yeah, I don't know, 50% of chat replays are now missing from streams. And it's not because the person clicked the ticky box to not have it there. It's a fuck up going on at YouTube. Guys, I'm telling you, chat. I've been saying that YouTube, we're not gonna be able to recognize it a year from now, and that was like 6 months ago. Like, it's beginning. We talked about, they want to be a TV network. They're paying celebrities to start their own channels, which they are. All of these things are leading inexorably to the same place. There's no place for, there's no place for streamers as big as Monkey. Never mind microscopic channels like this one, like mine. Yet, I don't think they want us here anymore. I mean, I know they never did, but they kind of like just kept it afloat so there would be activity. The way Twitter is fine with 1 million Twitter users out there because it makes the system look active because they are a publicly traded company. And if it's just a bunch of journalists and politicians sending tweets between each other, as well as angry extremists, the angry 4% of SJWs that occupy Twitter that just yell and scream all day and send 200 plus tweets, that's not enough to keep Twitter up and running. So to make it look active, they're fine with people sending titty pits to each other and movie recommendations, whatever the fuck they're talking about, pictures of their latest meal or whatever. YouTube, I don't think it's like that. I don't think they need small users in the same way. They're used to operating in the negative, in the red, and having it be a money hole for them. I think the way that they plan to make it not be a money hole is to have celebrities and giant creators doing family-friendly content, and family-friendly like Jake Paul. I mean, there's a great fucking example. You know how many fucking kids watch Jake Paul and Logan Paul? Plenty. And some of their content, I'm not going to say it's edgy, but him and his stupid crew of morons, whatever he calls the idiots he hangs out with and makes videos, they do dumb shit, like go to the Japanese suicide forest. Like, that's their version of edgy, if you know what I mean. They're not dropping spicy memes. They're not making sharp comments on, I don't know, some dumbass album or some stupid retarded thing that some celebrity said. They're not going to say retarded. You know, that's it's going to be nothing but Logan Paul and unboxing channels and celebrity content and major networks that already exist. They want CNN and MSNBC and BBC to be where you're getting your news from. And then late night comedy creators doing their fucking monologues that are just Drumpf, am I right?
I am so sorry about that. That was dinner.
What do you have for dinner?
I think it's supposed to be kebabs.
Oh, nice. Like in a pita wrap kind of thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I kind of just went out there and it was like wraps with the press thingy and like meat and going, okay, this is fine. Bit confused, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, you're right. It's like they want the Shane Dawsons and the Jeffree Stars. Exactly. That's really friendly, straightforward content that it might get edgy, but it'll never get edgy like Sinatra does, like Monkey in the Morning does, like, you know, whatever the fuck. They don't want that kind of content on, the uncontrolled content. And that's how you're going to get
controlled edgy.
Yeah, which isn't edgy at all, of course. You know, there's no spice when you're particularly metering out exactly how much spice of what type people are allowed to have. That ain't spice. And who was it that just said it? Jake Thompson. I do love the do-it-yourself part of YouTube. Yeah, I don't think they do, though. I think that the most black pill commentary that I hear creators making is they used us, meaning the 1,000,001 little microscopic channels like mine to make the system active, to get everybody talking about it, word of mouth spreads, and then once it was big enough that there were a bunch of eyes on it, well, fuck you guys, we don't really need you anymore. Thanks for spreading the word. Ebony Williams says, I like the ASMR community. Really?
That's so weird. I mean, not to judge or anything, but just that's so weird. Do you remember when Fritz would go out of his way and find the weirdest ASMR stuff?
Yes.
Send us the video?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I remember him finding one where it's like Tina from Bob's Burgers. It's just someone cosplaying as Tina from Bob's Burgers, like reading some, I think it was reading like erotic friend fiction. And it's like, that's only gonna make sense if you've watched Bob's Burgers, but it's just like,
oh,
why does anyone want that?
Havoc's right. I do have it on Top Chat. After I refreshed because it had frozen, it put it back on Top Chat.
Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah. And you want to talk about like the censorship and measuring out by little bits the spice you can have. Yeah, there it is. The default is a super censored thing where, you know, the name Ranting Monkey gets censored, for example. I mean, just whatever. Guys, we gotta find a new home. That's what Noir Bar needs to move to a better area of town, is what I'm saying.
The only problem though is that YouTube is kind of one of the only places you can do stuff like this, besides Twitch. But even then, it's like Twitch is only kind of better.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Jesus Christ. I mean, you can't do shit like this on BitChute. Everybody talks about BitChute and BitTorrent based, and it's, yeah, I like all those things about it. My real problems uploading videos to BitChute notwithstanding, like I do have a channel over on BitChute, but I've only been able to, like, I'll upload stuff and it'll say unrecognized format. It's like, what do you mean? It's an MP4. Okay, well, change it to a WMV. Okay, I convert it to a WMV. Still doesn't recognize the format. Same problem every time. It'll upload it to 99%, then freeze there for like 20 minutes, and then eventually will say unknown format. And it's like, what the fuck? I've been trying to upload my whole catalog over there. I don't know what the fucking problem is. I gotta go to another. I should try doing it from school, from campus. Try it on one of their computers, or go to a friend's house.
Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, because I've tried using my other i7 laptop here, and no, it was the same problem. And it's, if Twitch gets big enough in terms of a whole bunch of YouTubers going over there, oh, they'll just crack down on you with the same kind of censorship. Yeah. It's what happened with DLive. It's what happened with Stream.me.
Well, yeah, but the problem is also, when I say like Twitch is only marginally better, I mean, yeah, as long as you stayed under the radar, you could do it. But the problem is, Twitch is also very weird with how they apply their rules. So it's why there's all the Twitch dots and stuff like that on there.
Yeah, like I hear the things like,
they let them get away with it, but like anyone else tries to do that, and nope.
Yeah, I mean, Arms Killer says Twitch is even worse on the censorship. Yeah, I mean, I hear things.
It depends on what way they're censoring. Like, they're even worse than YouTube when it comes to the whole favoritism thing. To an extent, I'd consider it. Yeah. But at the same time, as long as you're not in the spotlight, you're alright. If you're
not drawing attention to yourself, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take the bar to the SFW section of Pornhub. What is SFW?
Suitable for work.
Oh. Well, I never go to that part of Pornhub.
There's a suitable for work section on Pornhub?
No. When I say a better area of town on Holy Reaper, I don't mean higher class.
You don't mean the red light district.
Yeah, I don't mean the red light district, but I mean the wrong side of the tracks. It's like the neighborhood is gentrified around me, and now all of a sudden there's a bunch of Puritans telling me that Your bar isn't safe for kids. We're a speakeasy. We sell illegal liquor at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The fuck?
We sell Dad's Zeus Me brand. That shit ain't legal. It's not gonna kill you, but it ain't legal.
See, there's the thing. Mike Parlett makes the point, is you can have all kinds of fucking Twitch thoughts over there, but I don't know. You're calling people morons and you're having drunken bar conversation. That's the whole point in Noir Bar, is that it's like, yeah, we're going to talk about politics, but not heavily, because, I mean, you can go to a lot of other channels for that. This is supposed to be, it's a chill stream. That's the whole point in it. It never gets too exciting or, like, in terms of people yelling and screaming and blah, 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 blah. This isn't the place for intellectual debate or anything like that.
No.
It's supposed to be.
No, it's the place where you talk about, you know, the dude that like, apparently decided to dump his murder victim's arms in a river.
Oh, yeah.
And had to be rescued out. It's the place you talk about cop rock. It's the place you talk about fucking biscuit versus scones. Like, really. It's nothing that serious.
And I figured
I
figured that's why people come by. At least that's why I would come by. Yeah, I've said this a whole bunch of times. I love the people that are working and listening to live streams. When I had jobs where I did late shifts and third shift and all that stuff, if I had access to a fucking smartphone with a Bluetooth earbud, oh man, I would have been all over listening to streams. Absolutely.
Same. Like, if I could get away with that when I worked at that grocery store, I fucking would have.
Absolutely. It's conversational. It's different people talking. You can even pull your phone out of your pocket and comment and chat, all sorts of shit. What a fucking great way to burn away the boring hours of your shift if they come up. You know what I mean? That's fuck yeah. Ryan Walters says, what would be your ideal characteristics of a YouTube alternative? The truth is,
basically YouTube without the censorship.
Yeah.
And the shitty algorithm. That's it.
That's where I was going with it. It's like you know, Stick Sex and Hammer makes this point repeatedly. You guys make it sound like YouTube is a bad service, and it's not. It has its tech flaws, but things only get bad when they make changes trying to make them better for a small, angry minority. You ever notice that? Like when they do small little changes that are just meant to increase usability, reliability, your access to be able to promote yourself, to include end cards on your videos and stuff. Those are all helpful. As soon as they try to start making it safer, everything goes to fucking hell. So it would be like YouTube, just, I don't know. I believe in
run by people that are competent.
Well, I believe in online anonymity. So I don't. It's like don't let your fucking kids come in here. Would be my response. Like, Noir Bar isn't something that little kids should be listening to. Just because there's gonna be a lot of cussing, and you never know when we're gonna be talking about Russian history professors with severed arms in a backpack.
It's. But that's the thing, though. It's like, I think we still haven't quite reached that point where people have really considered maybe we shouldn't just let children have free reign on the internet. Maybe we should actually be looking at what they're doing.
Well,
maybe we should be restricting it as the parents.
I mean, it becomes. I know a lot of people get real fucking lazy with that. Where are the parents kind of fucking statement. But in this case, where are the fucking parents? Like, I mean, it's like YouTube that's owned by Google, it's owned by Alphabet, so a mega Uber corporation is supposed to be verifying that your kids aren't fucking around and pretending to be older than they actually are. No, that's your fucking job.
So I've basically kind of grown up on the internet, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, age gating that shit to have it like, god damn it. Sorry.
God. No worries. The LG says, how about a ham radio? If it wasn't for my dad when he was a teenager doing the ham radio thing, I wouldn't even know what the hell you just said, LG. Yeah, let's go old school. Fuck it. Let's have a giant antenna out in my backyard and we'll go full shortwave. Screw it. It's all right. Do you know what ham radio is, Far?
Yeah, I know what a ham radio is. But, but what I was trying to say, though, okay, so as someone that has been a kid on the internet, okay, someone that has grown up with this shit, it's like, oh, you must be 13 or older to join this website. Let me just fucking tell you They don't ask for ID. They don't ask for any kind of verification. You can totally be a 10-year-old and just be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm over 13.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because that's exactly what I did. Which is, like, looking back on it, holy fuck, I really should not have been allowed to do that. But at the same time, like, it wasn't the games that I was going on, these were for games.
Right.
Like, it wasn't anything that bad. It was stuff where it's like, if I was a parent and looking at my kids playing these, I'd be like, that's fine. Like, they're not actually interacting with people. It's nothing. It's literally just a shitty RPG on the internet using what, like, Flash Play or something. But yeah, nowadays though, it's like, it's the same shit. They're gonna go on. They're gonna fake their age, and you can't really do anything about it. It's not the website's fault.
No, it's not, and it's I don't know any other way to say it. It's like, if you catch a kid looking at porn, you say, hey, no, and whatever the fuck it is you want to do as a parent. The next time I catch you doing that, no internet for like 2 weeks, or no internet for 2 weeks right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like the next time I catch you watching, trying to turn off the age restriction on YouTube. You know what I mean? You set up your kid's account or whatever, and you type in that they're 13 years old or whatever the hell. I don't know. Whatever you want to do as a parent to restrict whatever. I mean, the idea of just saying, why aren't you, mega international corporation, ensuring that my kids aren't seeing things that they're not supposed to? What? Come on. And by the way, we fucked over irate Alex. I just went over to Twitter and he's like, why aren't you in the Hangout? Well, I'm waiting here for you.
No.
And he's like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm going to get going. I'm not feeling that well anyway. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He was in a third Hangout with the same URL that we were in separately.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God. What is going on?
I don't know. Google's going off the deep end trying to fix everything for kids.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Am I right?
I haven't even gone and clicked that.
Are you over 18 to join this Hangout? Can you give us like 5 levels of ID?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Have a good day on Holy Reaper. They're off for school. A bunch of people, by the way, commented in chat far. They're like, what do you think I'm doing right now when we're talking about listening to streams at work? And like that's exactly how I listen to this. And it's like, yeah, good.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah, if I had that option, if I was an Uber driver, that would be my thing. If I was a delivery driver, truck driver, whatever. There's actually a bunch of truck drivers that tune into streams that I know of, and it's like, yeah, that's a way to spend the fucking time. It's besides audiobooks and podcasts, and music, of course. Yeah, streams are a fucking great way to do it. I wish I had them, knew about them. I still to the day tell people about streams online, and they don't get the concept of it. They're like, so it's kind of like a podcast? I'm like, it's exactly like a podcast, just in terms of its format, its discussion, it's people sitting around, etc. It's just not done through super regulated iTunes, where if you say something slightly off color, they're going to nail you. But it's becoming like that.
Oh God, yeah. But Peter has such a really good analogy for this. It's like blaming a phone company for a kid calling a phone sex line.
There you go. Well done, Pete. That's exactly right. And it's like, so block those fucking numbers from your phone. And what the hell are you doing? I mean, you gotta punish your kid.
No, but how is your kid getting access to your phone without supervision?
Well, and even if they're home alone and they sneak on the phone and dial the fucking number, you got to give them hell and ground them or punish them in whatever way you do after the fact when you get the bill. Yeah,
like as you would. It's just that sort of thing of, I don't understand how people once it's on the internet, people completely lose that concept of, it's not the thing's fault, it's the kid and you to an extent.
Right.
But the kid mostly.
But mostly the children. Little bastards.
Yeah, we've always blamed children here at Noir Bar.
Well, because they're not here. So, you know.
They can't hear it.
Why are you here drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning? Because my kids and bitchy wife are at home. That's why. Oh, okay.
Can't even fuck kids.
Like I said, it's a trope of conversation where people say, well, where were the parents whenever anything goes wrong? But in this case, there is no other explanation in my mind other than where the fuck are the parents? Because Pete makes a good example. It's like, you can't... If your kid's picking up your remote control and buying all kinds of pay-per-view shit or pay-per-view porn or, watching movies or whatever through instant access, that's your fault. You know, it's not your fucking cable provider.
Yeah, but again, it's just that thing of, I really don't get it how once YouTube or any other internet thing comes into the equation, it's suddenly blame YouTube. Oh, we better make it safe for kids. But I'm pretty sure there's already a YouTube Kids app out there. Like, I'm pretty sure that is an actual thing that exists.
Yeah.
Like, and even then, like, if you go on there, you find, you remember that weird little period of time where, like, there would be the Peppa Pig episodes, but they would be really fucked up and obviously not official Peppa Pig episodes.
Right.
Yeah, like, you'll find shit like that on there, which is, at that point, that's not the entirety of YouTube at fault. That's just the kids' YouTube app not doing its job properly, or doing it too well, because it's all tagged in the right way, I guess. But yeah, I really don't get why people don't just go to that option. Or is there a YouTube Kids option for just a browser?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because really, like, that's what they need to do if this is such a huge issue.
Ebony says no child under 15 should be on the internet anyway. God, that's how you know the internet's the fucking Wild West, when 15 is like...
Yeah. No,
I don't know, that seems a little
honestly,
bit old for me, but like,
no,
then
be
again...
honest, I think them saying 13 is probably the better option. Like, that's what all the old games I used to play as a kid used to say, like, you have to be 13 or older. I can, like, even now I can kind of understand that. It's just because at that point it's like, they're teenagers, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and Ryan Walter says if your kid is watching pay-per-view porn, you need to beat that butt and show them Pornhub. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like maybe 14, like, not 13, 14, but it's just that thing of that they're teenagers. What are you gonna do? They're teenagers at that point. Like, yeah, young still, but at the same time, like, that's not really the issue I have with kids on the internet. That age range, it's younger. It's when it's younger than that. So that's what the problem kind of is. Of just letting your little 8-year-old roam free on the YouTubes.
I'm not even really sure what that means, but I find it funny. Green Badger Outdoors says, damn kids and their music. I don't think I haven't heard the lyrics to Minnie the Moocher. I don't even know what that means, but it makes me laugh.
Minnie the Mooch is an old song.
Okay.
Like, really old. Pretty sure it's about like a woman on drugs or some shit. I think, if I remember correctly. Like, it's really kind of a depressing song when you hear the lyrics.
You know what I forgot to do, Far?
What'd you forget to do?
Take a guess.
Tweet out.
There you go.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, but like my audience is that big, so it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah, that's awesome of you. No, Chad, I forgot to tweet out to people that the bar's open. God, I do that a lot. I mean, that's using Twitter and Instagram, etc., and Facebook especially to promote things you're doing online is something I got to get more involved in. I got to get my head in the game, damn it. Spend all day thinking about fucking research contracts and fucking TA ships I'm doing and all sorts of other shit. You know, day job stuff. Oh, yeah. Man. Well, I want people who want to come by to be able to know about the thing. And if you don't promote yourself, what are you going to do? And hey, apparently we're in the vestiges and last remains of YouTube right now, if my guess is right.
That is so fucking depressing to think about.
It is. Because I don't know if you've been over to BitChute. It's a great service. It's just... it's not up to where it should be. It's in development. The base idea of it having it like as a BitTorrent based site, I like the look of it. I like the interface of it. I think it looks good, but their search algorithm is fucked. You can't find anything you're looking for. Type in like really specific things, and the hits that come up are like, how the fuck did you return this from the search terms I entered? I get it. You're in development. The shit's complicated. It's a small operation. BitChute's a small operation, but like, team up with DuckDuckGo or somebody who's got more experience with not tracking people and well-functioning search algorithms. You know what I mean?
Mm.
See, I hope that a service out there, it's not going to be DLive. I'm sorry for anybody who likes DLive, but my impression, my instincts tell me is that DLive is one giant scam that's going to collapse one day, and all the lino is a giant virtual currency pyramid scheme. Because the more of it they release, the less your stuff is worth. And you buy into it more and more and release it, and more people get on board. The more people get on board, the bigger the base gets, and the more that people that have a lot at the top get. Yeah, that's called multi-level marketing or a pyramid scheme. And the people who have the most of it, the most valuable of it, are the original stakeholders. In other words, the 19 or 20 Chinese guys that got together and programmed DLive. That seems like the kind of thing that's not going to last. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like Mary Kay Cosmetics and be around forever.
Or have one.
Or yeah. I just
Holy
doubt
crap.
it somehow. I mean, and that's coming from a...
Avalon has been around for as long as it has. Sorry, it is.
Yeah. Like, again, like,
Like,
I know some people that got behind DLive. Like Bear, when you still do an irate Bear, got behind DLive, and I get it. Medicare got behind DLive. Fucking PewDiePie. I understand the desire to seek an alternative platform. I share it. I just don't think DLive is it.
Yeah, it's just one of those problems of, at this point, the only other places you can really go, because I mean there are alternatives. Like I do know a couple where it's like, you know, Daily Motion, and like what's the other one? Like Vimeo. Like,
oh yeah,
like
Vimeo.
that exists. Like stuff does exist like that, but the problem is, are they really like? Okay, Daily Motion looks like complete and utter garbage. If you go over there, like its whole interface is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And then Vimeo, it's like, I don't even know if you can really search for stuff on there. Can you?
I don't know if Vimeo... That's a good question. I have watched a bunch of Vimeo videos, but they've always come up as a matter of a search engine. Through like looking it up through DuckDuckGo or something like that. Never going to the Vimeo site, so I don't know. It might just be like Pastebin. You can't really search for stuff. It's just a place to put stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like... I mean, there's things like that do exist and they have for ages. But besides all these other things, like, YouTube is honestly the better platform in a lot of ways, just because you can actually find stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to put it up there. It's already got like a big amount of users on it. Like, it's known. It's just well known at this point, and it's going to be very hard for anyone to make an alternative that is as good as YouTube is, which is the big problem here, because of that, YouTube doesn't really have any competition, which means they have free reign. Whatever they do, we're stuck with.
Mm-hmm. Mike Brown says, World Star! Yeah, that's where you need to go. Bring World Star back to fame. Jesus Christ.
What's World Star? I've never heard of that.
World Star Hip Hop?
No?
Oh. It's I don't even know where to begin explaining World Star. I don't. Let's put it this way. It got so trashy to the point where it became a thing where a fight breaks out or somebody's about to do something stupid and somebody would scream out, you know, do it for the star! Like, you know, do something dumb for
Are you
the...
serious?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
So just do it for the vine before do it for the vine was a thing.
Yes. And like World Star, like
Oh,
if
God.
if there's people grabbing each other by the braids and beating each other over nothing, it's on World Star. It's awful. Like, and it's trashy like you would expect any tabloid clickbait site to be trashy. You know, it's not any better or worse than the rest of them. It's just definitely one of them. Kim Kardashian gives tutorial of Skims body tape, and it's a revelation. It's titty tape, Far. It's titty tape.
Great. That's my favorite thing. Titty tape.
Oh, I just... oh, that made my day. It's an opinion Scott's means not right. Twitch is probably the only realistic one. Yeah. It is,
yeah,
and
I wouldn't doubt it.
And that's
it's
rough.
just the problem is as well. It's just all the other issue is a lot of the time, a lot of these sites are run by the same kinds of people, which is just annoying, I guess is the way to put it, because you know they're gonna try and pull the same shit, which is just I don't know when it's gonna end, or if it's ever gonna end on that, just on that level. I mean, it's got to end at some point because this is the SJW thing. It's because that's where a lot of it's coming from, unfortunately. Like, it's gonna die down at some point, but because the fad's gonna end. But at the same time, if and when that does happen, are we gonna be stuck with these changes forever, or are they gonna try the slow process of removing it all?
BTS superfan warned his nose could fall off after spending 195,000 pounds to look like Jimin.
You know, this is starting to sound like. Have you ever seen those shitty tabloid stories on Snapchat?
No, I haven't.
God. Oh god, it sounds like the exact same shit. I can bring it out and see if there's something on there now.
Like he looks like a fucking nightmarish mannequin.
Yeah, like this one. Did Zendaya get played at the PCAs? No one cares.
What did all that just mean? Who at the what?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. But that is a Snapchat story.
Okay.
And then another one. Would you save your bae from a bear?
Fuck off.
Meghan Markle breaks down on video. My birthmark is like a 1-inch steak.
My what?
My birthmark is like a 1-inch steak.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's a picture on there too, and it's pretty fucking gross. I'm sorry you're bored with that, but oh my god.
Okay, so here's the titty tape thing Zombie Teddy was asking. So here we go. Kim Kardashian. This is a fucking advertisement in the form of a news article. This is just a fucking ad that was paid for. Kim Kardashian has unveiled perhaps her most exciting venture yet. What was the last one? Skims body tape, so she can stop strapping down her cleavage with duct tape. Smart.
Yeah. Here's another one. React. Do your parents know what these emojis mean?
All this material sounds like it's aged or aimed at 12-year-olds.
I know, right? It's like
Is that their demographic? Onision's hopeful demographic?
I'm not entirely sure anymore. That's the weird thing about this. It's like, oh god, I just came across another DIY cement thing. Fuck, why do I keep running into these?
Okay, so here it is.
Another cement on a watermelon. Fucking hell. I'm
The,
done.
the,
I'm done.
the KKW beauty founder, I'm assuming that's her line of overpriced bullshit, gave her 151 million Instagram followers a tutorial on how to use her collection of nude colored body tapes for those tricky outfits of that boast plunging necklines and threaten to expose your boobs to the masses. Let's face it, many of us have been there. Kim.
No. I have never found myself needing boob tape.
You have never been on a red carpet with people taking pictures of you at random
No.
angles with your titties hanging out?
No, I have never been on a red carpet. I know every other woman has, but I have never been on a red carpet before. Of course I fucking haven't. God damn.
Kim, 39, was pretty excited to share the new range with her fans after years of using duct tape and gaffer tape to keep her own boobs in place, but suffering the pain of ripping her skin upon removal. Quote, "Hey guys, I'm in my closet. I'm going to show you how to tape up your boobs with the boob tape because it's something I've used for so many years." The boob tape comes in 3 colors of nude to try and suit most women, but Kim admits it's not going to match your exact skin tone. Yeah, by the way, it goes from like, it's 3 colors, and the darkest color is light mocha. The lightest color is like light beige. And what's interesting, none of these are like, so if you think about like, okay, so I paint Revolutionary War minis, right?
Yeah.
Inquisitors trying to get me to do it. And when you pick, so these are a bunch of white guys you're trying to paint basically. And when you take a look at the color that is European flesh tone, it's peach. That's the color, is peach. It's a very light peach. None of these are, these look like foundation colors. Like, am I doing something wrong here? I'm a guy, so I don't understand this. None of these look like anyone's skin tone. Not one of them.
What, the boob tape?
Yeah, the boob tape.
I have no idea. I've never used it. I've never had to use it. I never really want to use it.
Opinionated Scotsman says, like, this tells you what's wrong with opinionated thinking. But I get it, and I agree. Has she never heard of a bra? Well, you see, she doesn't want to wear a bra. The idea is to have her titties hanging out in whatever outfit she's wearing, but to keep them from slipping so nip doesn't appear.
Yeah, it's a thing you do have to do if you wear certain kinds of dresses. Like, specifically the strapless, like, low ones, you know?
Like, here, guys, this is...
I get why people use it. It's just, this has never been a situation, so this is, like, completely out of my depth as well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Green Badge makes a good point. Why didn't they just make clear boob tape?
That exists.
Well,
that does exist.
Why doesn't it exist for this moron?
Because she's a fucking retard, Polly. It's a Kardashian. What do you expect? They're not like the top tier for IQs now, are they?
Here, look. Well, you'll have to wait for, but ladies in chat, ladies hanging out in the bar, doesn't this
have actually used boob tape?
Doesn't this look comfortable? The way she's got all that tape, just like functioning as a bra. It's a tape bra. So she can wear that's not a plunging neckline. It's so she can show in excess of 50% of her titties in a $50,000 gown.
That looks like masking tape.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all. It looks pretty awful.
This bitch just put masking tape on her boobs. What? This is like from those, those like DIY. Let's put cement on a watermelon and make it a lawn ornament sort of channels. Like, just, don't have boob tape. Let's put masking tape over your little titties instead. Yeah, you don't have to buy boob tape. You can just buy this masking tape shit.
And I mean, Pete says double-sided nipple tape has been around for years. Yeah, like loose-fitting, very flowy dresses, you use double-sided tape so it doesn't flow off and you don't pop a boob out. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, but that's not what this is for. This is for to hold your boobs up. Like it's a tape bra.
Yeah, that's just expensive masking tape at this point. That's all that is.
I love that they wrote up a whole ad for that shit. That's fucking great.
I really just, I don't know what to make of that. Except just masking tape.
Yep.
Masking tape. And you're proud of this.
I mean, Kourtney Kardashian is acing motherhood as she spends more quality time with her kids. What?
Oh, God.
If that's not a puff piece, what is? She's acing motherhood? I mean, X to doubt. You mean she's paying nannies a lot of money to take care of her kids for her? Is my guess. I mean, I don't know, but that's the way it seems. Mr. Dax says the amazing atheist does that for his moobs.
Yep.
That's mean, man. That's mean.
But is he wrong?
No. Amazing Atheist is one of those guys that, like, I look at him and, you don't see a lot of longevity there. It's like your boy Zach from Comics Matter, a channel I really dig. He has this saying, it's a short trip, save money. Yep. Don't go. But I mean, this is the guy that moved from one state to another just so he could be somewhere where there was legal marijuana. And it's like, wait a minute, you couldn't get bud or edibles or whatever the fuck where you were living at? It's like, no, he could. So then why did you move? He just didn't want the cops busting in. Well, but I mean, cops aren't going to bust in if you're smoking weed in your own home, minding your own business. If you're moving fucking pounds from your basement, yeah, okay. That sort of thing. That, or you got a grow op running out of your fucking attic or whatever the fuck. But I mean, if you're just a smoker and you're minding your own business and you just, no. But I mean, he did it anyway. What a weirdo.
He's just,
Rich says we didn't come to this drinking hole to talk Kardashians, mate. Well, we're not talking them so much as we're saying, look at those silly bitches.
Look at the boob tape. We're talking about the boob tape.
Come on, these are some silly women, and if we can't point out silly bitches when we're drinking, god damn it, what's the point in alcohol?
I feel like I need alcohol after that. Fuck.
Fart, you're gonna have to watch the bar for a second. I need to go get the cable to plug in my laptop here, but I'll be right the fuck back.
Okay.
All right.
Shit.
Yeah, don't get me shut down. This is a channel for kids.
No, it's not. Don't even joke. It's not good. Holy fuck. So. Hi, chat. I don't know what I'm doing. Holy fuck. I don't think I've ever actually been left alone on a channel before. This is gonna be a lot of umming and eyeing until chat catches up. But what's on the top shelf? What's on the top shelf? Green bags for everybody? Yes. Oh, hell yeah. Shitty bags of wine for all. Better chug that shit. James Cully, is Polly a good sidekick? Yes. He's a great sidekick. Yeah, I agree, Richard. They are pretty fucking gross.
I thought it was in my lodatorium room, but it was actually out in my car. I had left it there. Okay.
Oh shit.
You got it. I got it. I just had to run it to the garage for a second. Or as you probably say, the garage.
Garage?
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
The car storage area. The
That
car
were-
hole.
The car.
The car.
Have you seen that Simpsons episode? Do you know that reference?
No.
That's the,
I don't.
you.
No,
ma-
wait, shit. Is it an old one or a newer one?
Older.
Older.
You meant it
I
well.
don't remember it then.
If you did it, it's pretty impressive because you managed to nail a Simpsons joke exactly. They were
Fuck. No, because I grew up from the older Simpsons episodes, so I usually know them. I can't remember car hole. I don't know what that is. Fuck.
Homer has a whole bunch of people over at his house. He's playing poker. One of them is Mo, the bartender. And he says, we're running low on beer. He goes, well, that's all right. Homer says, that's all right. I'll go to the garage and get some more. And Mo says, oh, garage. Listen to the fancy French man. He goes, well, what do you call it? A car hole.
Oh my god, yeah, I think I remember this now. Yeah, is that the one where Marge becomes a cop?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one where
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Still have it. Fuck yeah. No, I'm sorry. It's just a thing of like I used to be able to tell which Simpsons episode it would be by just the little, either the little couch gag at the beginning or like the first few clips of the episode.
Yeah.
Used to always be able to fucking call it. I haven't watched it in ages though, so usually you bring up one or two little things about the episode and I can get it.
Wait, well. According to Grant, you were selling goon bags while I stepped away. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not true at all.
If I see any goon bags underneath stools after people leave, I'm not going to be a happy man. It's... What do you mean? Why do you put up with Polly? Because I'm a delightful scamp? I'm your friendly neighborhood bartender from the future?
Okay, no, he watches old commercials with me. He's fine with Suburban Sasquatch, Partners, and Cop Rock. He's cool, okay? He's fine. No one else watches this shit with me. No one else understands.
Is there a space at the bar for people who just woke up? Lol, asked Blind Press. Of course there is. You've always got a spot here. If you notice, there's actually lots of... Well, shit, now I feel bad. I just about told the blind lady, look, there's lots of space around the bar. I'm an asshole. I just...
Okay, you can hear the space, it's fine.
You can... I'm such a dick.
That's how it works.
Jesus Christ. No, I seriously just about said, look at all this space. Fuck.
Oh, God.
I haven't actually been back to a liquor store since I was told what the hell a goon bag was. Like the bag inside of a box wine. I really got to check to see just how cheap that cheap box wine is. I've become curious.
God, yeah. Like, remember how I told you that I had wine once and I really didn't like it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize at the time, but thinking back on it, that was definitely a goon bag. So no wonder I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea how disappointed I was in that as well, though. It looked like, it had, like, on the box, like, oh yeah, it's this sweet wine, it's gonna be delicious. Like, oh, hell yeah. So I poured, like, a whole giant cup of it, thinking this is gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
I take a sip of it, and I'm like, I am so disappointed, and I want to throw up now. It's disgusting. But I'm stuck with this giant fucking cup of this horrible, shitty wine. It's like, just imagine that for a second. Like, you're stuck with a whole giant cup load of this wine. It was terrible.
It's, yeah.
I think I ended up chucking it down the sink, like trying to do it like really in secret, because it was someone brought that to a party.
If Blind Press says cheap box wine is terrible, why would you do that to yourself? Well, I mean, well, I
didn't know.
But I mean, it's the people that, but exactly, but it's like, why would you do it to yourself, like, over time? Well, I mean, the stereotype is like the housewife who's going to be drinking, like, if you're going to have more than 2 bottles in a day, or at least 2 bottles a day, I don't think you notice it nearly as much if you're pouring it out of that plastic spigot on the side of a box. If you know what I mean, you can convince yourself.
No, you would
a
have
lot
no
more.
idea. Yeah, because there's no indicator except for lifting the damn thing to see how heavy it is.
Now wait a minute.
You know,
Ebony Williams says, Pauline Farr, have you heard about the NAACP fighting for DACA? Why?
I
What?
don't know. I
That-
know what DACA is, I think, but I don't know what NAACP is.
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored Persons. It's an old organization. Like, not, this is colored people before it was people of color, before colored people was, see, colored people was what you said way back in the day when you didn't want to say,
I know that much.
yeah, you didn't want to say Negro, right? Because it's
Yeah,
like, well, I don't want to be
like
insulting,
that
and
saying Negro.
yeah, and saying black kind of sounds like you're calling someone else. So we'll see, you know, colored person. Oh, he's colored, and that sounds a little bit better. But then that became racist, and then person of color. Jesus fucking. Anyway, the NAACP's been around forever and a day. They do a lot of college funds. Their tagline was a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Why would they be fighting on behalf of childhood like, it might be a worthy goal, but it's not your fight, is the best way to say it. Don't you have enough on your plates?
Yeah. Don't know.
I mean, you're fighting the wrong fight. Anyway. Everything about me is white except for my skin color. Okay.
Where was that said?
God damn Metro UK.
Everything is about me is white except my skin.
Well, the full quote is, I feel
Did you drink bleach, so now all your organs are white or something? I get what they're trying to say, but it's still like...
Okay, the full quote is, I feel like everything apart from my skin color. Hold on. I feel like everything apart from the color of my skin is white, whatever that means. Do you mean British?
Not even they know. So not even they know what they mean. Well, yeah. I think we feel the exact same way about this. Like, what do we even make of this?
Oh, Sinatra stumbled in. Well, it's always nice to have the chairman of the board at our local watering hole.
Nice.
Nah. Hey, forget this. I thought this was funny, and no, I guess I'm into puns, and not a lot of people are. So Sinatra wants a name for a channel that's going to be in and around his aquarium, and so he's asking people, "What's like like creep sand for his creepypasta channel?" And he's like, "Chat, I'm crowdsourcing ideas here. What's a riff off of the name Sinatra that's related to that to aquariums and that thing?" And somebody like almost right away says Sinaqua.
That is great.
And I'm like, that is...
You don't use that. Sinatra, if you don't use Sinatra, what is wrong with you?
I mean, it's
being handed to you on a silver platter.
okay. I laughed out loud because that is such a bad dad joke. It's perfect. It's so stupid. It's perfect. I can't. You can't not go with that. And he says, "Yeah, but I'm laughing because how dumb it is." And then he says, "Yeah, but I'm gonna have to put a hyphen in there so they won't think I'm some woman of color." Jesus Christ!
Oh God! No, fuck it. Clickbait them. Make them think you're this fabulous black lady, and then no surprise, it's my aquarium.
2 sins, 1 cup.
Oh God!
Not the vibe he was going for, I don't think.
2 sins, 1 cup.
I
don't want to know what that video would entail, to be quite honest.
See, there's the thing that just drives me nuts. If I had only stopped and thought about YouTube monetization before Adpocalypse 1.0, like before the very first one.
Yeah.
God damn you, Wall Street Journal, and your bullshit. I would have had the ambiance channels galore. I mean, Far's heard me talk about this, but
you would have. I know you would have, because you're fucking good at it. It's just like, oh, now you can't do it.
Like, I don't know if anybody here fucks around with ambiance channels. A lot of people use it as white noise to fall asleep to, because they're used to city noise and they're in a quiet place or whatever the hell. There's kids running around somewhere in your house, and so they'll turn on a crackling fireplace or howling wind or whatever. Every one of those channels that do that, they have millions upon millions of views for each of these videos, and they're all monetized. Talk about I would be going from hotel to hotel trying to find the most beautiful fireplace I could and setting up like a 4K camera to, all right, we're going to get 10 hours of footage of this fireplace, because that's what people want. And the more live it is, the better the channels do. So if there's an arm that comes in occasionally, like with a fire poker or throw a new log on, it's all the more realistic. The channel does all that better. Yeah, I can sit there and keep a fire company for 10 hours to make footage to make thousands of dollars off of ad revenue. Fuck yes, I can. I'd be all over that shit. I only find out about these things after the fact. It's
same with the ad channels though. Like all the places we've been watching the commercials.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
There's so many old 70s and 80s and 90s commercials, because people don't want to watch the old shows. They want to watch the old commercials because they're hilarious. They're time capsules from a different period. But chat, they're so bad. Some of these channels.
God, some of them have like only audio in like either left or the right ear.
Yeah.
It's like your Polly with his weird ear thing going on.
Hey,
except
it's ruining my quality of life.
You understand how he feels. When you watch these, it's like, oh God, this is awful.
When you only have the left channel for that, you know how you get around that? Well, you're not going to be able to.
You put it into something like GarageBand, and you adjust.
You double the channel.
Really,
yeah,
hard. Even I know how to do that.
It's not going to be stereo anymore. It's going to be mono. Oh well, at least it's the sound in both ears. But none of these channels even bothered to do that. I would steal all their content before AdPoc was 1.0, edit it properly, sound equalize everything. Because you got some stuff that's at 10 decibels, the next thing's at minus 30 decibels.
Oh my God, yeah, and the amount of volume changes these things go through.
You think these fucking channels own those commercials that they're playing? They don't.
No, all they're doing is ripping it off of tapes or getting it from other people who send their tapes in, putting them into like a compilation and posting them up. Even then, like the compilation is just them editing out the TV show itself, or movie or whatever the hell it is.
It's usually people recording movies or sporting events we've found. But
yeah,
I mean,
or like specific TV shows as well. Like I think we've seen a couple of
Oh yeah, there's some like Magnum PI, etc. that we've seen, for sure. But I mean, they get Sinatra says you just need 10 minutes and then you loop it for 10 hours. Well, the thing that people maybe get like an hour, but that's as much as you want to do. People want that live action of new logs and stuff like that. If it's only 10 minutes looped forever, like have you ever seen stuff that'll be like sexy sax man, but for 10 hours? I mean, you just think that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those channels.
10 hours.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, my point being is that like, what made me think of that is like, Sinatra, your aquarium channel could have like a live feed off of an aquarium. You know how soothing that would be for a lot of people. Just put some oceanic noise in the background taken from some other ambiance channel. They don't own it. Be like soft waves and glug 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 bubbling noises. There you go. Oh, Gokado just stumbled in. How's it going, Gokado? Fashionably late. Yeah, no one's late. They arrive exactly when they're supposed to. That's my theory.
Yeah, coming from the guy that can't be on time to save his life. Too much?
What?
Probably too much. But never mind then.
Well, I was taking a break to vape because I can't smoke in my house. Well, I can, but I won't get my security deposit back. You know how that is.
No, I don't.
Well, see, when you get your own house, they ask for first month's rent, last month's rent, and a thing called a security deposit, which is usually equal to your rent or double it, depending on how much of a housing crunch there is where you live at. Anyway, if you do any damage to the house, and let's say $300 worth of damage, they say, fuck you, you just forfeited your entire security deposit. That's the point of it.
Yikes.
And the idea is it's an insurance policy to stop you from fucking the joint up.
Okay then.
According to The Hill, they're suing Trump for ending DACA. Should I put the link in chat? Just tweet it if you could to hashtag Noir Bar. I don't think we're going to be open for that much longer. Bar's got to get to bed, and I've got an actual early afternoon. Well, that'll allow me to get like 6 hours sleep, so. The Facebook app has been quietly turning on people's cameras and freaking them out. Well, why would that freak you out? Jesus fucking Christ. These... So you killed everything in your tank, Sinatra? Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
Gee, I just reading his explanation there, and that's like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, wow.
You know, I wanted to get an aquarium. I wanted it to fill it with everything that wasn't a basic fish. Like seahorses and snails and, you know, mini octopuses and all the things that go in the sea that aren't regular fins and scales fish. I thought that would be cool. But they'd probably all eat each other or fight, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would. No, they absolutely would. Now, I had fish growing up. It's how I know that goldfish grow according to the size of the tank.
Right.
Yeah, because those fuckers were huge. Because there's just like a big tank like at the side of the room. There's like a whole bunch of them just in there. And eventually I just put them in a pond out the front. But yeah, just... Yeah, don't just release fish into the wild, like goldfish especially. Because,
they keep growing?
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
Growing.
There are...
Goldfish keep fucking growing.
There are monstrous goldfish in rivers out there that measure like 7 feet from front to back. It's awful.
Yeah. Like, they don't stop. I really can't emphasize that enough. They just don't fucking stop, no matter how old they are. There's no end size for a goldfish.
Jesus, like, I mean, we don't talk about politics, but like, meaning like do deep dives on politics at Noir Bar generally. But this article, like, it tells you where Metro UK is coming from when they publish articles that are like, here's how to tactically vote to get a second referendum on Brexit. What? If you still don't know how to vote, well, hold on. If you still don't know who to vote for in the general election, but know where you stand on Brexit, you may already be considering tactical voting. Vote for a second referendum or to remain by voting for these 100 candidates as described by the People's Vote Group. So in other words, back a bunch of people that are going to force a second referendum. It's like, guys, do you not realize that you're undermining, like, oh, we want a second vote. Well, why do you want a second vote? Because the first one didn't go the way we wanted. But if the second one does go the way you wanted, you just laid all the seeds for civil unrest. Because you have one vote that went the way you wanted, and you fucking pussies fought against it and then tried to democratically undo a democratic vote. In other words, democracy will be worthless and everyone will know it. The fuck are you doing? You'll have convinced the 52% of the people that voted leave that their votes were worth nothing and are worth nothing. The whole voting thing is revealed as being a giant fake if you do that. Go fuck yourselves. Like, the voice of the people who want to remain in the EU hasn't been heard. Yes, it was heard. It was. I mean, I don't want to, like, I don't live in the UK, but this is not good for the UK. This is how you undermine democracy.
This is how civil wars start. Holy
That's what I'm
fuck.
saying. This is how you sow the seeds of civil unrest. Because you get a bunch of angry Toby Robinson motherfuckers talking truth. Like, this reveals our votes are worth nothing. And it's a bunch of MPs deciding that they know better than us, so we'll just keep asking you to vote until you give us the result that we wanted. That blows my mind. Imagine the no Trump party. Vote for us and we will... I don't know. I don't even know how you would do that in America. I can't even, like, somehow, I guess. We'll eliminate the Electoral College, but you'd have to have a number of states go along with it. It'd have to be a constitutional amendment. I'm trying to think of something that would be that dramatically bad of an idea, like in an American context. I mean, people talk about, like, at least the Democrats have the somewhat of the sense to know we have to remove Trump by the Constitution, by all of these made up controversies over and over again. You say, oh, well, you were a Russian stooge. Oh, well, you had aid from Russia, but you didn't know you were getting it. Oh, well, you were obstructing justice by interfering with the investigation into your Russian shit that never even happened, and our own investigation of 2 years and millions of dollars proved that. Oh, well, you misused campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels. Oh, well, you had this conversation with president of Ukraine. Like, it's one more thing after another, and it looks like it does. It's like you guys just want to undo the result of the election. But at the very minimum, at least they're not undermining the vote itself by doing it. It would be like, let's all have a vote that the vote didn't count. What?
We are on the worst timeline.
I
This is the worst timeline.
First time I noticed it is when somebody asked me how is Fruit Loops spelt. And I told them Fruit. No, seriously, Loops. And they said, no, it's Froot. And I said, no, it's not.
It's always been Froot.
And that's how I know I was pushed out of my proper timeline.
What, it's not the Berenstain Bears?
No, it was Fruit Loops. That's what cued me in. That Berenstain Bears... No, Berenstain Bears is a fake out. It's that Fruit Loops. That's the real one.
You sure about that?
that's I'm telling you, at some point in my life, I like Fruit Loops. I loved them as a kid. I like them now. I'm more into Lucky Charms and Blueberry when I can get it the right time of year now. But yeah, I'm positive I've seen boxes of Fruit Loops where it's Fruit. Positive. So I was clearly pushed out of my proper timeline into whatever this is. That's how I ended up being a bartender in a 1940s speakeasy.
Yeah, the Noir Bar. It's out of time. Literally.
Yeah. What are the other, what's the Mandela effect, right?
Yeah.
See,
it's
people are
Mandela.
like, I knew Mandela. He died in prison, and it's like, no, he didn't. Why would you have ever thought that? It's
because literally, I think the whole thing was started at, like, one convention where, like, someone was like, he died in prison, right? And, like, because human memory is very infallible, they managed to convince everyone, oh yeah, he did die in prison, right? No, he didn't. Mandela effect. I'm pretty sure that's how that went down.
Evolved Potato, thank you for the tip. He says, I hear this having another vote because now things are different and people have changed a lot of their positions or a lot of their opinions. A lot. Things haven't changed because people who wanted to stay have been fucking with the economy and lying to people to make things worse. Yeah. I think the people that want to leave want it to happen so bad that they don't give a damn about the economy. That is my third person from the other side of the Atlantic perspective from what I'm hearing. Like, there's enough people saying, I don't give a damn if the economy takes a downturn, we'll turn it around. We are the economic center of Europe anyway. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, of all the nations of the EU, we are going to be fine on our own. And they believe it, the people that are leaving. I don't know what... It didn't take very long for a bunch of British citizens to Englishmen, Irishmen, Scotsmen, the whole 9 yards, all of them, like all the Brits, to come to the opinion that we are Europeans. I'm a proud European. Where the fuck did that since the formation of the EU, you developed this worldview? That's a little quick, isn't it? I mean, it took literally centuries for Britain to develop the identity that it has. And you all turned around in like 20 years? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really get that either, to be honest. It's like, how does that change so quickly?
Okay, so I'm looking at a list of Mandela effects things. The way Oscar Myers spelled.
I don't really care about that one, to be
Yeah,
quite honest.
yeah, I'm like,
But that's like one of the least. Like one affects me the least.
the show isn't called Sex in the City. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sex in the City.
It's Sex and the City.
Yeah.
So when people think it's Sex in the City, this isn't people being pushed out of time. These are stupid people.
Yeah, no, they're just the dumbasses. Like, yeah, it's Sex in the City, right? Like, no.
We Are the Champions by Queen ends differently than many people recall. Oh, I don't know the song anyway, so just.
We are the champions, my friend. Like that one?
That's the one.
Pretty sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Far, is the tip of Pikachu's tail black or not? His ears?
Yellow.
It's yeah. A lot of people,
Yeah,
a lot of people believe the tip of his tail is black, like the tip of his ears.
No, it's yellow. But I know where that one comes from though, because I remember thinking that as a kid as well. It's thinking because the tips of the ears are black. Of course, the tail is gonna be black, right? It's just the logical. It's not Mandela effect. It's just a logical thing in your head if you don't stare at it all day.
So, what you're trying to say is that the Japanese have a poor sense of aesthetic balance?
No, what I'm saying is, like, if you see something like the tips of the ears are a certain color, you're gonna think the tip of the tail is too.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing about aesthetic balance. It's like you'll see it all the time, like with people drawing animals in general. Like if the tips of something's ears are a certain color, they're gonna make the tip like either the same color or a different color.
Oh, I hear.
Just because it's just because what they prefer to do. It
So
doesn't mean that it'll look better, but it's just what people like to do.
There's your, well, okay, you're going to have to wait for it, Far, but there's the pictures of the two Pikachus beside each other there. The tip of Pikachu's tail isn't black. I don't know. I'm not a poker man guy, so.
Yeah, it's not black.
And then there's the Berenstain Bears and the Berenstain. I was never a Berenstain guy. I was like
I wasn't
kid.
either, but like I remember seeing it kind of around here and there, you know, in vague passing.
Right.
So I don't know if we ever actually had it as a big thing here, but I know through various edutainment games I had, where they had previews of other games in them, I saw it in there.
Curious George never had a tail. I wouldn't have even made a call on that one way or another.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, he doesn't have a tail? Okay, well, whatever. Chick-fil-A is not spelled Chick-fil-A or Chick-fil-A. Okay.
Okay, these are pretty fucking dumb, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Image stuff I get, especially but like, I mean, the name of a fast food restaurant. But then again, I'm the guy who thinks that Fruit Loops proves I've been pushed out of time, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a lot of these are stuff from when people were kids as well. And again, a thing to keep in mind about human memory, it's very fallible.
Yeah, and they get psychologists to come out and explain the malleability of human memory, and like it's not as bad as people make it sound, and it's reasonable to assume that a monkey has a tail because what the fuck happened to his tail, like Yokado asks.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, like it's not the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it can be so easy to manipulate someone's memories. That
I hear
it's kind of like, yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, you're gonna remember it if you really try hard enough.
And here's
but at the same time, though,
Here's the one that Arms Killer says. Darth Vader doesn't say, Luke, I am your father. The only people who think that are people that don't know Empire very well. It's because his statement is in response to what Luke says. It's like, he never told you what happened to your father, did he? He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father. So of course he's not going to say, Luke, I am your father, because it doesn't make sense in the
yeah, and that's another one again of like people changing it around so it makes sense as a joke.
Yeah.
But then people thinking like or misremembering that line.
I mean, a lot of these that are called like they're non-quotes is what I've heard them referenced as. It's like Captain Kirk saying, beam me up, Scotty. No, he never actually said that in any of the original series episodes and in none of the movies. Captain Kirk never said, beam me up, Scotty. Not once. He says things close to it.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, 5 to beam up, etc. Different things along those lines, but never those words. But that became the thing. And the biggest one is from my favorite movie of all time, Casablanca, with play it again, Sam. And that's not the line. That's not what he says. Because, again, that's for people who haven't seen the movie. If you've seen the movie, it wouldn't make sense for Rick to be saying that to Sam. He says, I want you to play that song. What song? You know which one. Well, I can't remember it. You played it for her, you can play it for me. That's the line. The sad song that he and his ex-girlfriend had that was theirs, and he's drunk out of his mind, and Sam, his friend, the piano player, doesn't want to play it because it's just going to depress him more. C-3PO isn't all gold. Yeah, everyone knows. These are people who just don't know the films. These are just non-quotes and little things like that. Mr. Rogers' theme song opening line is different than people remember.
Again, that's another one that it's just kind of probably like a memory thing.
Yeah.
Like, again, I think that's where the majority of these are. It's just people growing up with these things, not seeing them again as adults, and then seeing them again and being like, oh, what is this? I don't remember it being like this.
Pete's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. That's the way I remember it.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, it's totally that, right? He just totally drops an F-bomb in that movie.
Wait a minute. Curious George was a chimp. Chimps don't have tails. Is that true?
Yeah, chimpanzees don't have tails.
Oh well, thank you, Rajan. I didn't know. I find chimpanzees really creepy, and so there's all kinds of movies with chimps, and they got chimps on roller skates with cigars, wearing people clothes and shit. I hate that. I find it really creepy. And so I don't pay much attention. There you go. That would explain a lot. Mr. Rogers' theme song is "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood," but it's not. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Oh, whoa!
It's just a word change. Ooh, Mandela effect. Oh, fuck off.
People think the Mona Lisa is smiling now, but she used to be emotionless. She famously has a difficult to read expression. Famously. It's like, is she smiling or is that just the way her face looks? It's a difficult to read expression. Every fucking art student has had to hear about this bullshit.
You don't have to tell me about it.
Yeah, I didn't have to take art history classes, but I've heard that thing. It's
I had to sit through art history classes of like the freaking oldest slide player in the world going in the back room going or anything. I don't know.
Kit Kat doesn't have a dash. Yeah, I don't care.
Is it one word?
Yeah, basically. No, it looks like because they use large K's for kit and cat, it looks like it's two separate words. Like they're like the K's are capital. People remember a Sinbad movie from the 90s, but there isn't one. Yeah, that's an old joke. No one cares. Life isn't like a box of chocolates.
Again, I have a feeling that's just this whole article. It's just shit like what I've already said of this is just people misremembering their fucking childhood and being like, oh, it's a Mandela effect. Ooh. My memory can't be shit.
And apparently Circus Zero's operating from the future because he guessed number 16 here. Hello, Clarice is never said in Silence of the Lambs. And there it is, number 16. Hannibal Lecter never said, hello, Clarice. I don't know that movie well enough to...
I've never seen it. I don't ever want to see it. I'm good.
Interview with the Vampire isn't called Interview with a Vampire. I haven't seen that movie. I have a copy of it on my external hard drive, and even I know that. And I still haven't watched it. People tell me I really should. The Queen in Snow White never said mirror, mirror on the wall. Far, you're our resident Disney expert. Is that true?
Oh, fucking hell. I've watched some Disney films, and I haven't watched that in a very long time. I wouldn't know. But, wait, what was it again? Mirror, mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. She never said that.
Well... Here's the thing with that, though. Snow White is already such an old story that that's a line probably in one of the versions.
And besides...
Like, that's the thing with fairy tales, though. Like, there's so many different versions out there that it's bound to be one of them with Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Okay,
there.
well, yeah, but she says, mirror, mirror on the wall, and as I understand it, the general line is, who's the fairest of them all? Well, that's very racist. Who's the whitest of them all? Well, my God.
Oh God! Please don't do this. Please don't do this right now.
Jesus Christ! You've got the headline from the Washington Post this morning for Washington Post Politics: historic public impeachment hearings begin today. This is your guide to watch. Like, Jesus Christ! Could you guys sound a little bit less like you're jacking it when writing those headlines? Holy shit! You imagine them salivating and licking their lips over it. Jiffy peanut butter doesn't exist. Yeah, it's Jif. What the fuck? Whoever thought it was called Jiffy? Yeah, and here's Fruit Loops. See? This is the great lie. This is the universe I come from, where it's Fruit. It's
this is your universe.
Evolved Potato says it was magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah, again, it's fairy tales. Like, they're gonna have so many different versions. The movie is only like one version of a fairy tale. That's what I take with Disney films anyway. Like, yeah, it's nice and all, but I wouldn't call it the official version by any means. It's never gonna be an official version of a fairy tale.
Well, that is Disney's specialty, right? Taking old fairy tales that exist in the public domain and then writing a giant animated sequence off of them and then trying to claim that it was theirs the whole time. Miserable fucks.
Yeah, but it's just that thing of, like, fairy tales, there's never going to be an official version of it.
Duck Dog asks, do you watch Forgotten Weapons? Yes, I do, Duck Dog. Not as much as I watch some other gun channels, but I do watch it from time to time. If you like having your mind blown, you might also enjoy watching his video. Skip.
My mind was not blown.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Ooh. Hold on. I'm just going to stare at the Jessica Alba rolling around in her bra and panties on a bed with a cigarette, because, God, I love that gif. Thank you, Milkman Dan. Pour me another drink, you damn dirty ape. Just joking, man. But seriously, make me with the booze. Make with the booze. Okay, but you didn't tell me what you wanted. It's kind of...
It's fine. It's not picky.
Just pour me whatever's in that bottle with the drill hole in the bottom. I goddamn well know it's not what's on the label anyway, you lying bastard.
But
you know what I don't understand? I've been to wineries where they make, because we were talking about box wine earlier, the goon bag wine, right?
Yeah, goon bags.
Yeah, and when you're making cheap fucking wine, how do you think they make it that cheap? Yeah, there were grapes involved in the process, but they're not pressing grapes to get juice out of them. They're going to mass companies. They're buying externally grape crystals that they are then pouring into a giant vat along with sugar and a certain amount of yeast. That's what they're fermenting to get the wine. There's no grapes on the premises. So my point being is that I don't understand why when Prohibition kicked in, all these people were so worried. Have you never heard of Pruno? Like jail wine, jail prison wine? All you need is like fruit, and the yeast in the air will ferment it and turn it into alcohol. No, it won't be good, but quit acting like you can't get a drink if you want it. You can make it on your fucking stovetop. You know, and if you don't want to go the route of a still because you're afraid of blowing yourself up, fine. Why aren't you making 12-14% wine with fruit juice, sugar, and fermenter's yeast?
Only because they didn't know.
Oh, they knew. People have been making wine since fucking ancient Egypt. If a bunch of fucking imprisoned convicts can figure out how to make Pruno in their fucking prison toilet bowl, surely these people in middle-class Chicago can figure out how to do it, that they don't have to... I mean, they can't get the ambiance that you see here at Noir Bar, of course, along with the friendly smile of the silken-voiced bartender. But
that is also an otter.
3 otters in a human suit. That's right.
Oh, there's 3 of you? Oh, shit.
One operates the legs, one's the arms, and then a head out the top. Yeah.
Oh, so you're the head. Got it.
Evil one says, let's get it going. This round is on me. Hey, man, I love that spam of beers and single ice cubes inside of a whiskey glass. What is that? What is the in-between colon type for that anyway?
Beer, tumbler.
Oh, tumbler glass. That's what it is. I tried whiskey, shot, rocks glass.
Are they really going to put whiskey or shot?
No, it just...
but they're going to put beer, but that's about as close as they're going to get.
Yeah, but tumbler glass? Like, I mean, first things first, that's not even a tumbler glass. That's a short rocks glass or whiskey glass.
Well, we never claimed Google was smart.
But like we said before, Evil One, I don't want to see you banned, man. And
yeah, just be careful of that.
The warnings that people are having to give out. Don't spam chat by repeating things too many times. Like, we're talking like, hey, chat, press 1 if blah, blah, blah. And someone presses 1 3 times and they're at risk of having their entire Google account yeeted.
Yeah, that's... Oh, God.
I don't get it. And I'd like to say it's from problematic channels, like that fucking Sinatra guy, for example. But it's not. It was on Markiplier's channel. I mean, that guy's milquetoast, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so... I mean, if it's like to get rid of spam bots or something like that, you could understand it vaguely, but even then...
Like I said, it's not going to be long, guys. It's fucking sad. Like somebody in chat earlier called it a do-it-yourself thing. Like, there's a real DIY thing to YouTube. There really is. That's what makes it good. As soon as you turn it into a television network, it's like, oh, fuck this. You know, it ruins... You know, one thing that a lot of people make use of YouTube for, but not a lot of people talk about for some reason, is the tutorials for stuff. How to wind a bobbin. How to take a carburetor out of a 1989 whatever the fuck model car. How to do this. How to do that. All these how-to tutorials. Holy shit is... knit. Yeah, how to knit. Holy shit is YouTube a wealth of knowledge for that stuff. It kicks the shit out of WikiHow.
Oh god, you only go to WikiHow if like you're really stuck or if you just want a good laugh.
And like that is...
I mean, come on, how to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs? That is a fantastic WikiHow article. That is my favorite WikiHow article of all time. Just how to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs. I'm not making that up.
You know what I read through the other day? How to be a good Muslim wife in 13 steps. Not even making it up. It's true. It's really there. Go look.
Oh god. There's another one where it's like how to it's like a slightly more creepy one, but it's more of a from a girl's perspective. Okay, how to get together with a guy that already has a girlfriend. And it's like step by step tell. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's step by step going through like you gotta be there for him emotionally, and like if he says there's something wrong with his relationship, you've got to encourage him to tell you what's wrong. And it's like, oh, what the hell is this? This is like the ultimate nice girls thing. Like, holy fuck.
I'd like to read that, actually. That must be funny as hell. Start this
1 minute.
planting the seeds of deception. Tell him his girlfriend's a bitch. Tell him that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can remember this.
Yeah, Grant Lionheart, what's that? That's milk toast means. Oh, somebody already answered it. Yeah, it means boring, run-of-the-mill, very common, uncontroversial, etc. Yeah. No spice to it, very straight-laced, that kind of thing.
How to get a guy who has a girlfriend. I think this is the right one. Yeah, this is the exact one. Do you still have Discord open?
No, but I do have the Twatter open.
Okay. I'll DM this to you on Twitter then.
Oh, Manic has been tweeting pictures of Laura Harrier at me, and a bunch of pictures that I haven't already seen. God damn, that woman's beautiful. But, I did see in one picture she's got a ring finger. Ring on her ring finger. If she married that ugly ass NBA player, I'm gonna be disappointed. Not surprised, but disappointed.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's the article.
How to get a guy who has a girlfriend. Okay, this should be fun.
Yeah, just have you fallen for a guy who already has a girlfriend? Can you just not get this guy out of your head because you have to be with him? If you're set on this guy, then there are a few strategies you can use to try to get the guy. It's the most scummy thing ever, but it's so fucking funny because it's on WikiHow. This is a WikiHow article on how to be a home wrecker.
It's and it's relatively new. Updated November 8th, 2019.
No, it's new. Like, this is pretty fucking new.
All right. Play capture. There we are. See, this right here, chat, this is a miserable bitch. Okay, this is a...
This is not a harlot. This is a whore. There is a difference, okay, guys?
Well, let's see. Become friends with them. The first thing you need to do is blah, blah, blah. Use this initial interaction to get to know them and become friends. Are you both liking the same history class? Oh, so this is like written for, I think, high school.
Yeah, no, that's the other funny thing about WikiHow. You can really tell who it's written for, and it's usually kids and people still in high school. Which is like even worse on in that weird sort of way of like, this is funny, but at the same time, you know, somewhere out there is a girl looking at this and being like, yes.
So number 2 is listen to him as you get. Listen to the way this sounds. Listen to him as you get to know him. Let him do the talking.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like it's funny, but at the same time, this is real manipulation tactics at work, you know? It's like, it's that weird borderline of like, oh god, someone's gonna actually use this, and you know it.
Okay. Number 3, be emotionally supportive as your relationship develops. Be there for him. Let him know. Blah, blah, blah. Number 4, have serious conversations with him. Ask him why his afro's so big when it's no longer 1977. Try talking about books. This is good. A neutral way to get into deep conversations. Who's just like, bitch, I don't read. Talk about current events. Politics and religion can be touchy categories, but there are plenty of things on the news. Yeah, right. Remember when we were reading that top 10 things for an intersectional feminist to do on a first date? And one of them was to...
It's like, how do you feel like Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Get
his position on Israel-Palestine.
Yeah, that is exactly what I did on my first date with Platy.
Holy
Yeah, we
shit.
talked about our positions in Israel, Palestine.
Okay.
Oh
Number
God.
5, text him. Oh, thanks for the help. This is a good way to start gauging his interest level in you. Does he respond to your texts or does he ignore them? If he ignores them, you might not have a chance. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Get to know his friends. Like this this is just being a manipulative bitch.
It is. It absolutely is. It's just, hey, just worm your way into his life until you literally cannot be cut loose.
Yeah, and like Brian Walters says, current events involve politics and religion. And it's like, I talk about current events. What is, I don't even want to get into it. Fuck it. So like this, get to know his friends. Men are competitive creatures who are always vying to be the alpha male. Being friends with his friends will please him because his buddies like you, but it may also make him jealous, which may result in him trying to steal your attention from them. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but also, like, if he already has a girlfriend, why would he be jealous of that?
Yeah.
You know?
Arrange an outing with him? That's called a date. Try and date a guy with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Spend some time with him away from work, school, and other people. This can be done with the two of you catching a game or movie. Try getting a room at the local hotel where the hookers only have to pay by the hour.
Remember to bring condoms.
Yes. You can also suggest a study date at the library or at one of your houses. You want to get the two of you together and alone so you can grab his junk.
Oh, God.
And number 8 is wait and see what happens. If you don't feel like intentionally breaking up your crush and his girlfriend, if you don't feel like intentionally breaking up your crush and his girlfriend,
Yeah.
what have steps 1 through 7 been about?
It's been worming your way into his life. You know, that's not breaking them up. It's just, you know, setting up shop, you know, just in case.
Just remember that if you want to stay friends, that you actually stay friends. Don't pretend to be friends and still try to break them up. Be genuine with him. Steps 1 through 7. Step 1 requires you to be a lying ass bitch with bad intentions.
They all require you to be a lying ass bitch. Okay, but like not just step 1, like all of it.
Method number 2. Attracting him. Dress to impress. Whenever you're around him, wear your best outfits. Dress in your most flattering clothes and get yourself feeling sexy. He'll see you in a different light. Wearing your best outfits doesn't mean wearing skimpy tops and shirt shorts. Your best outfit could be a pair of great fitting jeans, boots, and a t-shirt. It might be leggings or an oversized sweater and a scarf. It might be a cute sundress, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no. Okay. Number 2, accentuate your natural beauty.
Get a haircut and try a new hairstyle. Start wearing makeup. Start wearing makeup. You homely bitch, buy some makeup is apparently the advice they want you to take.
I like Zombie Teddy step 10. Step 10, do anal. His girlfriend doesn't.
Right? Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
See, look at this. You want to steal a guy? Do what Jessica Alba's doing in this gif. Invite him over, and when he walks in your room, you're wearing just a bra and a panties. You're fucking gorgeous. You have a 10,000 watt smile, and you're sexily laying there with a cigarette. That's the way to do it. Let's see. Cryptic, thank you very much for the tip. $5. You fucking loving hurting yourself with this shit, don't you?
Well, the thing is this isn't really hurting yourself. This is more funny. This is just like funny, you know?
This is.
Someone sat down. It was like, today I'm gonna write a WikiHow article.
See, these are
how to be a home wrecker, and then someone else sat down and went, today I'm going to draw the images on how to be a home wrecker.
See, these things I look at as opportunities to have my trust issues lessened, ameliorated. See, when I come across stuff like this, I like hearing a woman like Far going, "This manipulative bitch," or someone in chat like Ebony going, "What the fuck is wrong with this person who wrote this?" See, because if it's just like what frightens me is that there's women going, "Hold on, shit, Far, put the URL in chat. I want to take notes." Like I don't that would worry me, you know.
Yeah, like, well, here's the thing that, like, as much as I find this funny, it does kind of concern me, because the fact is, a lot of these are targeted to girls, like, not just girls, but people in high school and kids, you know, so there are definitely going to be people looking at this, taking it seriously, and those people are going to be in high school. It's like, oh, God. Like, that's the only thing that concerns me. Otherwise, this is fucking hilarious.
I did notice that under number 2, accentuate your natural beauty, he won't know that you've gotten a haircut or started wearing a different shade of lip gloss. Yep, you're right. He probably won't notice that. Unless your hair's all the way, if your hair goes all the way down to your ass and then you shave your head, yeah, okay, he's going to notice. But if you got...
yeah, like, unless it's a huge change, he's not going to notice.
Catch his eye. I love this look. But like Ray here, she's like, "You're mine. I got it. I got it. My Ouija board and made a pact with Malbolgia. You are mine."
Oh my god, yeah. You're mine, bitch.
After a few days of doing this, well, okay, catch his eye. One of the ways to let on that there is some kind of attraction is to let him catch you staring at him. Don't be overt or creepy. Be coy, smiling shyly at him before glancing away quickly. This helps him notice you. After a few days of doing this, stop. You want to keep playing coy and be hard to get. Make him miss your stares and your smiles. Oh, this is just Jesus Christ.
No. Yeah, that's not how that works. Not how any of that works.
Holy fuck, Evolved Potato found WikiHow, how to be a mistress.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of weird shit on WikiHow.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this URL there, Evolved Potato.
No, there is a lot of weird shit on WikiHow. Like, I cannot overstate this. Like, that, like, remember, like, how I mentioned the whole, you know, how to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs.
Sure.
Yeah, like, the fact that that is a thing, that's hilarious. Okay? There are other things that are that similar kind of what the fuckery on WikiHow, which is why it's so funny. Because they want to be taken seriously, remember, guys?
That's right.
This is a serious place for serious tutorials, guys.
I grabbed that URL, Evolved Potato. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I did too.
We have to close down before too long, and but I want to go over that one. That one sounds like it would be funny as fuck. I'm gonna throw that in the favorites.
Next time I should just find a whole bunch of these, because there's so many where it's just, this is hilarious.
It's become what he wants. If you're friends with a guy, find out what he likes in a girl. More importantly, find out what he doesn't like in girls, especially in his girlfriend. Whatever quality he mentions he resents in her, like refusal of anal, become the opposite. You want to attract him by sharing interests and representing the things he wants in a woman, like an anal freak. Cool.
I am drunk, so drunk, I cannot get up.
Yeah, by the way, if anyone wants a place where people just find weird WikiHow articles, a subreddit called Not Disney Vacation. Have fun.
Cryptic, thank you very much for the tip. WikiHow, how to get AIDS. Jesus! It's...
I wouldn't be surprised if that's on there.
Like, are you cracking a joke, or are you telling me to go look?
Did
I
look? I will look it up. Fuck it. No. Like, I'm gonna look it up.
Please tell me no. Tell me Cryptic's cracking jokes, please.
1 minute. I've got how to get Kool-Aid out of hair.
What is that? Like a poor person's hair dye or something?
Oh yeah, no. Have you ever seen that?
No, I just made that up. That's a thing.
Like women with like bleach blonde hair, like they can dunk their hair into Kool-Aid, like the red Kool-Aid, and it will dye their hair of like a red color.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, like, it stains your tongue. It's probably like the strongest dyes in the world. Yeah.
Like, it does state it, but, like, it's a temporary thing. Like, it's a temporary dye. But there are some people that do that.
Sabian 187, how to seductively bite your lip is my favorite. Why? I believe that 100%. That's great.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Touch him. When he says something funny, gently touch his arm or his leg as you laugh. Touch his shoulder or his back as you greet him. This is just like half this. This is really working on my fucking trust issues. Okay, I'm just saying. This.
So there is how to diagnose AIDS.
How to diagnose AIDS?
Yeah, how to diagnose AIDS. That's a thing.
Go to a medical professional? Is that the advice?
Recognizing symptoms. Examine your skin. Keep track.
No.
Undergoing medical tests.
Go to yeah.
Saliva test. Blood prick test. Blood tested. Monitor. Retest after 3 months. Doing a home blood test.
Wait, there's home blood tests you can get from a pharmacy to see if you've got HIV?
I guess. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but yeah, you can.
There.
Call the number on the blood collection card. Wash your hands.
Number 7 is find another guy.
Repeat the steps all over again with another guy.
Yeah. How to fake your own death of all potato. Man, you find the gold quick.
Yeah, that one also doesn't surprise me. I think I've seen that one around.
This is priceless. Number 8 is give him time to break up with his girlfriend. Look, here's the arguing couple, and here's the manipulative bitch going,
yep. Oh, the other thing I find so great about the WikiHow articles is the pictures themselves. Because in case you hadn't noticed, there's a varying degree of quality here.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the pictures at how to diagnose AIDS, like a picture I found in this article that I'm just gonna casually post on Twitter. It just looks so delightfully crap.
Wow, that's some intense shit. Oh, Expo Hotep, I didn't notice you were here until now. How's it going? The find another guy. Spit roasting takes 3. Yeah, well, it's my God. Don't give up until he's broken off things with his girlfriend. If he keeps telling you he'll do it soon but never does, you're getting played. As opposed to the fucking manipulative bullshit you've been doing for the past 16 fucking steps. You're getting played. Yeah,
How to live with HIV/AIDS? Okay. I get the feeling it's not gonna I don't know if there's gonna be any how to actually get AIDS articles, but it's gonna be a lot of how to find out if you've got it, how to live with it. Although really at some point would you really be surprised?
How to babysit for your friend's stuffed animal? Did you see the one who the hell was it that tweeted that out the other day? How to defend from a suicide?
No.
It's like a suicide often attacks from behind, and it's like, playing it off like a Hillary Clinton suicide. Someone got suicided. And it's
oh no, I think I did see that one, yeah.
If the suicide approaches from behind, quickly grab and make sure your airway isn't cut off. It's Cynical Lindsay says, a Noir Bar when I'm awake. Say it isn't so. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to say that it isn't so because we're going to be wrapping up soon, unfortunately, Lindsay.
Oh, God.
That man Dan says some of her very blonde hair ended up in it and she got red tips.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What? I'm having like vague flashbacks to Pop-Tart telling me about this Kool-Aid dyeing hair now that we've been talking about it. Because like her daughters have like dyed their hair every color of the rainbow. I think Willow's hair is currently blue. But then again, I don't remember that well. I drink, so
yeah, I just remember hearing about it. Of like, it's a thing you can do. I would never do it. Because that's kind of weird. You know, like you're sticking your hair into Kool-Aid? Like, that's a bit strange. Like,
But I mean, you've seen Kool-Aid, like, dye your tongue and teeth red when you have, like, cherry or raspberry,
yeah,
whatever
exactly.
the fuck. Like
it's... it makes sense on that level. Of course it would fucking work.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I just personally never would do that.
Okay, how to be a mistress and how to fake your own death. Those are both good ones. I'm going to save those. I sent it to you on your Twitter. Back over to Twitter. Notification. Oh yeah, somebody said that I just sent you something on Twitter, and it was after I was talking about Laura Harrier. If it's a wedding photo, hey, I won't be pleased. I won't be surprised, but I won't be pleased. Whatever happened to the hot redhead that MJ was in the comics? Or am I being racist for bringing that? Oh, that's TOS asking that. No, you're not being racist for bringing that up. She used to be a redhead and still is. The Amazing Mary Jane is a comic that came out. Believe it or not, Far, it was passable. It was good. They gave Mary Jane her own comic, and it was actually passable.
Really?
Yep. Because they made it like it wasn't about her being a strong, independent woman who don't need no Peter. You know, it wasn't about that. It was just her life kind of as a superhero's wife, where she's got things to do, but she has to work hard to, because they're like a team, right? Because they're married. She has to keep his secret identity and help him with all of his spider-related stuff. You know, and it was actually passable. It actually worked. I didn't think it would be possible. I was surprised, but fuck it, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Ebony Williams, that just reminded me, said a while back that you need to move on, Polly. And it's like, well, I don't know. I'll move on when... there it is. How to defend against a suicide. I just... and then the meme beside it. Why don't you like the Clintons? Why don't the Clintons like Jehovah's Witnesses? The Clintons don't like any witnesses.
How to get someone to stop sexting you.
Nothing? That you didn't think that was funny? I thought that was hilarious.
Sorry. No, I was looking at something. Just how to get someone to stop sexting you.
I gave Far advice on this. You got to break the paradigm and set up a new standard.
You got to send them a micro dick pic.
That's right. If you're afraid that someone might send you a dick pic, or they've been doing so, or sending you saucy pictures, send them a picture of a micro penis. Ha! It'll either freak them right the fuck out. They won't know what the fuck's going on, and either way, two can play that game. You know. Lucky Pop Tart. Oh shit, Lucky Pop Tart's here. We like hair chalk better. They're older, so just get hair dye now. Yeah, I know. So, like, am I having like a Berenstain Bears moment where I'm from another universe where you did tell me that you dyed your hair with Kool-Aid but didn't actually?
Wait, how to be a dominatrix says one step above the mistress one. Holy fuck.
I don't know how. Oh yeah, Evil One, you sent it at probably just a typo, but you sent it at Noir Bar. There's no. Maybe there is a handle for at Noir Bar, but it's hashtag Noir Bar, so everybody can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries,
Yeah,
no worries. Just so we can find it. You know what I mean? Because I'll be looking under hashtag, not at. You know. Well, you know what? It's cold as all hell, and I'm tired as all hell. I think it's time to shut the bar down, yo.
Yeah?
Yeah. I gotta go find a hoodie or a blanket or something. It's so fucking freezing in here. Yeah, I know. You're hot as hell where you're at, but yeah.
I would prefer.
The snow came tumbling in, man, yesterday. Day before, a little bit, too. In any case, thank you, everybody who patronized. Where are y'all getting these articles? From WikiHow, Ebony. They're all from WikiHow. It used to be like an actual tutorial website of like how to, I don't know.
Like how to do basic shit, and then
Yeah.
somewhere along the way, I guess a bunch of kids started going on there and being like, "Ooh, how to, you know, be a home wrecker? How to, I don't know, be a dominatrix?" That's another one.
How to make a pipe
That is
bomb.
a legitimate one.
Yeah. And to include drawings in it so they end up looking funnier but legitimate. You know what I mean? And so on.
Well, some of them don't even look legit. Some of them are like... Some of them are so crap that you have to wonder.
Yeah.
You have to wonder who is approving of this.
I will stay away from WikiHow. Yeah, if you want an actual...
Stay away. Go in. Enjoy. It's ridiculous.
Not if you want actual tutorials on how to do stuff. Go to YouTube and find a video of somebody actually explaining how to do
for that shit. WikiHow is where you go to laugh.
But, and Gilcado finally says, hey, not all of Australia is hot. I believe you, but you do have that scorching hellscape in the center of your continent, and I truly believe that radiation just spreads out from there. And the lack of an ozone doesn't really help either.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
No. In any case, thank you everybody for patronizing Noir Bar tonight, and thank you Far for keeping me company at the bar. And apologies to... Oh, shit. Who got denied? Oh, yeah. I rate Alex. Yeah. Sorry for the technical flaw there. You were supposed to come by, but I'm sure you'll make it by another day. He's on his 4-day off trend right now. And Pop-Tart, you got to come by Noir Bar one time. We've got a spot saved for you up at the bar. And Jack was going to come by, but he was tired and he's got a lot going on right now, so he went off to get some sleep. So that's cool. A special thank you to everyone who tipped the bartender. It is greatly appreciated. And I mean... sincerely appreciate it. You have no idea how low paying this research contract I'm on right now is and just how much work it is. But hey, you got to do what you got to do because I'm in that kind of spot right now. So the tips to the bartender are deeply appreciated. Thank you very much. So we will be around later on this week. I am certain. Thank you for all coming by. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.